Welcome back, everybody! This is Lady Dubs, and we're picking up right where we left off. Picking a mission. I was looking through my mission briefings, and I noticed one here. A dark place. Investigate the sector elevator? It's not our main mission. I'm kind of interested in this. I don't remember getting it. I want to check it out. But we seem to have a case file I didn't read. Mirror procedures. Okay, we didn't read this. Let's do it. Victorian mirror A160-UE containment procedure. The item should be kept in a sealed chamber with minimal external visibility. Description: altered effect. A hanging mirror, oval in shape. The frame is made of ornately wrought brass. The item does not reflect its surroundings accurately. The item's effect is complex. Most notably is the fact that the glass transports individuals to a paranatural space when touched. In this space, it is an imperfect reflection of our reality. Some objects inside the reflection are simple mirror images. Some are nightmare jack-o'-lantern people, while some do not appear at all. The reflection only contains areas within a certain distance space, whatever, from the item itself. Relocating the item has proven that the reflection changes depending on its surroundings. Agents have been seen to explore the reflection. Oh my god, get me out of here, get me out of this mirror, has been observed in the test subjects sent inside, believed to be psychosomatic. Prolonged exposure to reflections is not advisable. That doesn't matter to us now, because we took care of it. Now, let's go to executive. Oh, but first I want to go down to maintenance and see if Ahti has any sort of new missions for me. Next time you see me, we'll be chilling with Ahti. Hi, Ahti. How you doing? Nothing to say? Oh, but you got work for me to do. What a mess. Even more mold.
This thing is completely leaving from the mitten. Perkele. Saatana. Helvetin helvetti. Oma tulossa ja tällaista paskaa.
I have no idea what language he's speaking, but I think he might be summoning the devil. And I think this mission is in maintenance, so we maybe should just do this now while we're here. What a mess, even more mold. Jesse helps Ahti by eradicating the mold growths around the coolant pumps in the maintenance sector. Yeah, we're here. Let's do that first.
The mold's gotten in here too? All right. Let's get cleaning, she said, cocking her gun.
Oh, wait, is that like gook stuff on the ground, the mold? Yeah. Well, first things first, let's get rid of these guys. Thankfully, these guys are very weak, so this should be an easy cleanup job. Oh, never mind, we got a tough guy. No, this was just water I saw from above, not mold. Or, not mold, clog. Mold is the stuff that makes gross mold people. Where the hell is the clog? Well, here's gooky looking stuff. But I don't see the normal little, bright little lights that I shoot at when it comes to the mold. Not mold, clog. Ay, I'm just gonna keep on getting this stuff mixed up, aren't I? Ah, I messed up the floaty. Maybe the mold is where we initially... Not mold, Jesus! Clog is where we initially found it. In this gross sewer room. Nope. Not seen it. This is the pipe works. Oh, very well. We're not on the right spot. Let's go backtrack. I'm lost. I'm lost in the pipes. Send help. Send food. Something's wrong with my keyboard. She's just running forward without me doing anything, and people are shooting at me. Oh, I think I fixed it. Okay, we're fine. Back to killing and not panicking. Well, at least I'm doing a side mission by killing people in the maintenance sector. Technically, the spot on the map is leading me here, so let's just go up from here. Must be the goop stuff up there. Let's go. Oh, it's these bulbous things. Wait, it has been mold this whole time. I'm so stupid, it's not even funny. People will probably, if anyone's watching this, you guys will be screaming at me, telling me what an idiot I am. The thing is that I can't distinguish which stuff is just rocks with mold and which stuff is an actual clump of mold. It's not very distinctive. This giant thing has to be a thing to destroy. destroy, right? Yeah, it's showing signs that it needs it. Let me equip the explosive gun. Or you know what, maybe just one shot from the Pierce will do it. Nope. Nah, I got nothing. Didn't even count towards the score by hitting that thing. Honestly, the mold clumps there. They don't stick out very well, these mold clumps. Heck, that thing wasn't a mold clump, it would seem. Mold clumps that you need just aren't that obvious. You see, that's not a mold clump either. I might do what I did last time, which is, you know, come back at this next time I boot up the game, and all the previous mold that I got respawns. Ah, man, now I gotta climb back up again. And the monsters respawn. Found a hidden box, at least. You would think that the one directly under the light would be a mold clump, but it's not. I think I'm just gonna do what I did last time, give up on this, and come back when all the mold respawns, because these little speck ones are really just not worth the hassle to look for. Oh, I managed to complete a mission, though. Next time I go to a place, I'll check it out. In the meantime, though, we're gonna go to a dark place. Investigate sector elevator. Let's go. For my board countermeasures, I got a rare spin group. I almost said grouping efficiency. Hooray! Oh, I accidentally got this, clicked this one before I was able to see what the other one is. No matter, I just need to kill a his distorted just anywhere around here. I'll find one of those things eventually. Sector elevator. Investigate sector elevator. It says a dark.
Engulfed the elevator.
What?
There was something there, reaching for her.
Who are you?
Make her act. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man.
Wait, me?
Her in the dark. Investigation sector.
Investigation sector, huh?
Did we
We
get
should
like...
check this out.
That was not Trench. Who was that? Who are you?
Darkness engulfed the elevator.
Wake.
There was something there. A presence. Jesse Faden could hear it. A call. It was faint, reaching for her from a dark place. Faden was sensitive to visitations. She had them all the time. From her guiding star and the previous director. She was the perfect receiver. As if she'd been made for this. Faden paused to feel it. The force at play here. It was changing things around her, subtle. Trying to make her act. Faden didn't like that. Her guide felt it too. Polaris didn't flare up in defense as with the hiss. So it wasn't all bad. Not a hostile transmission. It was powerful, but it was coming from far away. And made weak because of the distance. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man. A man desperate to escape. She sensed something else too. A hunger in the dark. Not unlike the hostile resonance. Waiting. She knew that desperate acts can have grim consequences. It was this, more than the man's despair, that made her follow the call. The elevator lights winked back on. The darkness receded like a memory. There was a new button on the elevator control panel.
Oh.
Investigation sector. Faden pressed the button. The elevator doors slid shut with practiced bravado.
This is very well written, I must say, sir. Well, this seems to be a new chain of events, doesn't it? Let's check out what this Wake guy is up to. Investigation sector. I'm just gonna put a theory out here and say that this guy has an altered item. It's that typewriter he had, and what he writes becomes reality? That's gonna be my guess right now. Oh, am I stuck in here? Oh no, they're opening. Well, I can't get through. Am I glitched? Oh, I'm through. I don't know what that was about. But we're in the investigation sector. Marco!
Here?
Oh no.
Guess not.
But we have something to read. Missing agents. Some sort of date in 2017. Mr. Kirkland. Here are the latest confirmed missing presumed dead for containment breach yesterday. Agent Jonathan Connor. Researcher Ezra Cruz. Agent Caroline Dempsey. Agent Lindsay Malcolm. Agent Charles Murray. Agent Derek Shaw. Letters of condolences will be delivered to you to sign prior to sending them to their families. You will be updated as soon as additional confirmations are made. Also, per your request, a network engineer checked how many cases were backed up digitally. Unfortunately, a large number of active investigations were not achieved yet, and the only hard copies of reports exist behind the Firebreak. They're lost, I'm afraid. Wasn't Firebreak the place in the Panopticon? I think. Well, this place is kinda eerie. Tractor supplement. What are these crazy things? Burrow Tractor A1A2-KE Supplementary Materials. Note: miscommunication led to a local coroner examining the body of William Burrow. Burrow William, male Caucasian. Case summary: 33-year-old man found dead on his property per police report. Remains obtained by coroner's office also include blood, urine, bile, stomach contents, and bone fragments. Autopsy findings: blunt force injury. Head. A. Lacerations. Left ear/cheek. Blunt force injuries. Extremities. A. Dislocation. Right knee. B. Complete avulsion of the right upper extremity with associated fracture of the proximal right humerus. I'm kind of curious. One moment, I'm going to Google what avulsion means. According to the dictionary, it means that it's the tearing of something. So, the complete tearing of the upper extremity. Ouch. Extensive trauma, abdominal region. A. Complete tearing of multiple organs, including stomach, heart, liver, pancreas, kidneys, and portions of large and small intestines, all missing from scene. Conclusion: it is my opinion that Dr. Burrow's death is not a result of mechanical accident, as claimed by authorities. The removal of organs is consistent with animal attack. You mean tell me that the freaking... What the hell was this thing again? Tractor? You can tell me the freaking tractor is an animal? Resignation letter. Oh, it went away. Don't worry, we got it. Federal Bureau of Control to whomever of the whatever time of 2019, to whom it may concern. It is with great anger and regret that I tender my resignation as head of investigations for the Federal Bureau of Control. I do this in protest of the rampant disregard for my department's mental health. My staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. Previous requests and warnings have fallen on deaf ears. So much now rely on my actions to speak louder than my words ever could. I blame this situation on our donkey butts, who has routinely ignored my requests and for assisting in reclaiming parts of the investigation sector lost to the oldest house swallowed whole loose inside. I will never forget the screams of brave agents begging for us to open the Firebreak. I will carry this shame for the rest of my days. The "oh my god, this place sucks to work at" has failed his agents. I shall never forgive him for that. Sincerely, William Kirkland. So people went missing by the Firebreak, it would seem? And this seems to be the way we need to go.
It's not working.
Well, probably because the power's out.
Power core somewhere.
Yeah. Well, we got more things to read. Staffing issue. Oh, I wonder why. It's not like everything's going missing. Mr. Dennis. So yes, there's an increase in AWE cases, and yes, it would be a good idea to put together a special task force to examine exactly why that is. However, it seems that a tiny little detail has slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff. If you expect us to detect, investigate, and process more AWE cases, you need to give us more people. It's simple math. Between the staff we lost in the Hartman thing and the ones who left for other departments after Kirkland quit, we're barely managing to keep up with the workload. Hell, just finding the paperwork for all the altered items we left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Another thing, and this is going to sound paradoxical, but we have an overcrowding situation. This lobby isn't meant to accommodate a whole sector's worth of staff. We put forward a motion to have investigations to a more suitable location months ago. It better not still be sitting on your desk. The people are getting restless, and as Kirkland's interim replacement, it's your job to handle it. Best regards, Agent Grayson. I wonder if anyone knew you guys were down here, because apparently the elevator didn't say you were. Oh, the fire break is this way.
A lot more crowded than the rest of the bureau.
Well, fire break is this way. I guess it's not the Panopticon. And the sector head is that way. Oh, what are you? Up! Hey, I meant to take you off. I guess you don't have much battery to you. I need to find a fresh one. Darling investigation. Official findings report. Read Dr. Casper Darling, internal confidential. Summary. Per authorization from Kirkland, internal investigations D0845 was launched into the ethical practices of Dr. Casper Darling, head of research. Despite the accounts of anonymous paragliders regarding inhumane treatment of the human theory paragliding currently housed in the Bureau, our official findings regarding this were inconclusive. Numerous obstacles also during this investigation. The majority of these paragliding sector personnel seem to be wholly unaware of any such ducks in the wind bashing into their brains, making them crash, contained here. One completely ravaged duck confirmed that these guys are absolute crazies, codenamed to be the Nutso Facto, but all files pertaining to the name were inaccessible, being classified under the highest clearance level. Investigators were simply blocked from entering the Duck Maze research wing to interview its staff. The matter was further complicated by the lack of clarity on whether non-human paranatural entities warrant humane treatment. While the investigation cannot address any charges against Dr. Darling, we do recommend an investigation into this weird paragliding situation research. Refer to file 9820136 for full report. This is like the forgotten sector, I suppose, of the Bureau. It's kind of weird, because it sounds important. Next one. Mr. Dennis, a request came through recently from an FBI agent asking for all our files on Bright Falls, specifically on the disappearance of the author Alan Wake. Per the Interagency Information Exchange Agreement, I had some paper pushers gather up folders of all pre-approved files. Don't worry, all inappropriate material is either missing or redacted, but I'm writing to let you know that we received this request from a special agent named Alex Casey. Sound familiar, right? That's because Alex Casey is the name of the fictional detective in those hard-boiled crime books Alan Wake wrote. Pretty interesting that an FBI agent sharing a name with the most famous character Wake wrote is looking into a case dealing with the writer's fiction coming true. I think this is worth looking into, but what's your opinion? Just give him the word and I'll start surveillance on this guy, Special Investigator Gleason. I remember... One moment, let me just look into my case files. What do you mean you have no collectibles of this type? I want to read my case files because I remember we mentioned something about a Bright Falls. Okay, either something's glitched or the game's just not letting me look at it right now. I hope it's not a glitch. I don't like glitches. Glitches get snippets. Not as catchy. Ooh, more to read. Cauldron Lake update. Yeah, Cauldron Lake. Federal Bureau of Control, Chief Investigator Dennis. It happened again. Third time this year. Something certainly has it out for our weird paraglider thing. Could it be raccoons? The local certainty complain about them enough, but why the hell would raccoons keep going after a monitoring station? Doesn't add up. Anyway, I've got a bureau tech going to the site next week to take a look. Next on the list, recurring problems is the staff at the Lake House Research Station. How am I supposed to effectively keep an eye on a bunch of paragliders on the lake if they won't let me see any data? Hell, I don't even know what they're researching out there. We need to petition them again to share their info with the investigation agents. It's only a matter of time before this thing hits the fan. Again. And I want to be prepared. Anyway, if anyone at HQ asks why the Bright Falls report is a little thin this month, tell them it's because we couldn't take any readings. In the meantime, I might invest in some raccoon traps. Sincerely, Agent Esteves. So I think I remember in that file... Ooh, Sector's office. Yeah, Office of Head Investigator William Kirkland, who retired. Technically, he left. Oh, lots of things to read. I wish I had some water with me. I've been reading a lot. Official findings report. Oh, read Dr. Rhea Underhill. Summary. Dr. Rhea Underhill is a professor at the University of Woodrow in the United Kingdom, where she teaches biology with a focus on botany. Dr. Underhill once worked with the Bureau as a parabotanist stationed in the research sector at the oldest house. She served with no incidents or demerits and is praised by those who formerly worked with her, including Dr. Darling. Dr. Underhill has no known connections with the para-criminal organizations or any record of breaching her NDAs since leaving the Bureau. Her civilian behavior has been ideal, with the exception of an ongoing personal relationship with Dr. Darling that appears to have begun during their time as co-workers in the research sector and revisited intermittently ever since. So romantically or friendship? Because it doesn't really sound romantic when I read their letters. Depending on the duration of her work in the oldest house, it may be required to have both parties sign a relationship clearance form. This investigation has found no compelling reason to deny Dr. Darling's request to offer Dr. Underhill an interim position with the aim of finding a solution to the mold threshold issue. Refer to file 70A5286 for full report. Well, we already know about that. We saw the nightmare mold people. We know what they're about. Director investigation. Lots of things blacked out. I'm just gonna make weird noises the whole time. Official findings report. Read the internal and confidential. Summary. Per authorization from Kirkland was launched into the of Director Zachariah Trench. A recent change in the witnessed in Director Trench, including aggravation of the when the with other staff has been observed. However, this investigation is aimed at the interpreting this issue rather than proving it. Notable between Director Trank and Dr. Darling has been witnessed by numerous Bureau staff. Although both declined to meet for an interview on the matter, witness accounts suggest their arguments center around Dimensional Research Wing and their kept inside. However, no evidence exists to confirm Director Trench's as anything more than interpersonal disagreements. This investigation has concluded that Director Trench's behavior is not indicative of any and has fitness to lead, not to question. Refer to file for full report. That was more fun. I enjoyed just making weird noises. I don't think others did, but I did. Why is there a freaking space helmet here? Certificate of Achievement for years at the Bureau. And another certificate of recognition. That's what I think of you. Trench official warning. Oh boy. Federal Bureau of Control, Kirkland. I'm growing tired of your blatant attempts to lay your incompetence at my doorstep. I know you want this to be true, but you are head of investigations. This failure is your responsibility. What did you think would happen? Holding a dangerous specimen in investigations? The containment sector exists for a reason. They are better trained and better equipped for this type of work. In fact, they are admirably taken on certain AWE monitoring responsibilities that your staff are no longer capable of. This happens more and more now. And don't think your petty internal investigations have gone past my notice. You are a worm. Everything I've done has been for the benefit of the Bureau. The Prime Candidate program only failed because of Darling. You are both failures plotting against me. You are traitors, but the truth will emerge out of you. You are choosing to become my enemy, Kirkland. You don't want to be. Zachariah Trench, Director of the Federal Bureau of Control. Yeah, we heard from the phone that he was kind of losing it, Trench. But I don't trust anyone here, so who cares if they're all fighting among themselves? Let them eat themselves alive for all I care. That's really all that's in this room. I don't know, I was expecting something I can use to power. Oh, wait, I can probably get into that room on that side. Now I see. Let's go. Gotta remove things. Out of the way. I'm cleaning house. I wish I could do that in real life. It would make cleaning my room so much easier. Keystone inspection. Mr. Kirkland, we stopped at Keystone on our way to target the AWE like you asked. I'm sending my report directly to you to try and keep a lid on the Grumman/Morals desertion issue. We didn't find any sign of them here. Given their records, it is possible they switched teams, like you suspected, but I don't think that's the case. An event definitely occurred here in Keystone, and I think Grumman and Morales, that's how you say it, I think, got caught up in it. The entire population has vanished into thin air. Reminds me of the Ordinary case. But that was just the adults, if I'm remembering the file correctly. This is different. I think other guys are casualties, not traitors. If it was an AWE, it seems to be over. We walked through the whole town, and the only strange thing we noticed were markings on various buildings. 2 overlapping circles with a dot on the shared space. Could be unrelated? I'll show you what the pictures when I get back. In the meantime, you should send a team out here to cordon this place off and maybe get the comms guys working on a cover story. Sincerely, Agent Keenom. Oh, so there was a situation where everyone went missing. Kinda like Ordinary, but it's everybody. Oh, I can bring the charge thing up here. Let's go grab that and do that. Come with me, baby. Ah, screw you. You always suck.
Now that gate should open.
One will hope, but in the meantime, let's read. Tractor procedures. Oh, here's back to that man-eating tractor. Burrow tractor, A1A2KE. Containment procedure. Item is not in Bureau custody. None known. Description and alter effect. A Frank Elk tractor, olive green, tried blood on the grill when last seen. Item is capable of vocalized responses or growls and unmanned locomotion. Considerably highly aggressive and dangerous. Background. The item first came to the Bureau's attention after the death of William Burrow, owner of the Burrow Farm outside of Trenton, Texas. Local authorities arrived on the scene after an employee found the mutilated body of Mr. Burrow beneath his tractor. Police arrived, but were immediately driven away by the tractor. Panic calls to federal authorities were intercepted by Bureau communication staff. A team was dispatched. Upon arrival, the agents approached the item. It responded by growling like a bear. 3 agents were injured when they tried to detain the item, which escaped. Aerial searches for the item are ongoing. Speaking to Mrs. Burrow, only revealed that she had a domestic altercation with Mr. Burrow earlier in the night of that incident. Whether these events are connected is currently unknown. Ooh, maybe the tractor likes Mrs. Burrow more than Mr. Burrow. Oh, more things to read. Damn. Ethics investigation. Official findings report. Read the Prime Candidate Program. Internal confidential. Summary. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation of P142-9 was launched into legality of the Prime Candidate Program, where Dylan is in for crying out loud, by the Federal Bureau of Control. Since all known subjects relevant to the investigation used executive privilege to decline interviews, very little first-hand information was gathered. However, anonymous sources and documentation declassified by Kirkland both paint an alarming clear picture of systematic, oh my god, things are terrible, and the pig pens. Pig pens were brought into the oldest house and placed under house arrest examination, testing with aim of appointing one of as director and upon maturity. This program has produced no successful cases and only resulted in the traumatic abuse of children and paranaturality inclined people who are dying. Not only is this breach of the Ash Act, but the files in the face of basic human rights, for crying out loud. This investigation team unequivocally does not like this Prime Candidate Program and recommends it be terminated immediately. I know I just used real words there, but come on. Not to see Kirkland at least had his head on his shoulders, knowing that what they were doing was nuts, crazy, stupid, and mean. Well, now we can take a look at what's inside the fire break. If we want to. Do we want to, though? Well, this might give us more on it. Specimen Escape Assessment. Official findings report, re-incident number A-49, internal and confidential. Summary. The purpose of internal investigation X039-7 is to examine containment failure of specimen SI-1. The result of deaths of a who cares number of agents. An inspection report of the containment equipment 3 days earlier show no faults. Investigations suspect human error to be the cause, yet no department has provided any evidence to support this. Technicians were able to recover the researchers' notes on the specimen from the internal work network. On the 4th of the Mac onto the PC computer, the specimen began displaying sharp increased aggressive, I suppose, tractor-like tendencies. referencing that date with various logs found only 2 events consistent with the Spectre's daily routine. 1. The air filters were changed. And 2. An hour before the incident, a civilian named Alice, in Wonderland, entered the sector regarding an unrelated investigation. See interview number 65F-124. Given their connection to the same AWE case, it is likely that Mrs. maybe Burroughs' second cousin's presence is relevant to the specimen's escape and to the ensuing craziness that's happening here. Investigation is ongoing. Refer to file 6230721 for full report. So much reading, man. So much reading this episode. Well, let's get this checkpoint. I need to catch my breath. But I think, on this note, folks, I might end the episode. I have been reading a lot, meaning this episode has gone on very long if I keep following that reading, and I'm really getting tired of making these episodes very long. I like to at least make them a little easier to consume. So let's do that a test now and end the episode here. So, if you guys enjoy what you're watching, hit subscribe. If you want to keep up to date the story, ring that bell.